Very shocking. Nobody know the painful secret of BTS Jungkook. The heartbreaking truth behind his smile. In the world of global music, there is a name that resonates with the power of 1,000 suns, yet its origin is found in a quiet, fragile place. Before the world knew Jungkook as a global icon, Jungkook was a 15-year-old boy from Busan, standing in a crowded city that felt far too large for his small frame. This is not just a story of a superstar. It is a story of a child who had to grow up in the glare of a million eyes, carrying a burden that most adults would buckle under. The early years for Jungkook were not filled with the confidence of a prodigy, but with the paralyzing fear of a boy who was too shy to even speak his mind. According to various media sources, when Jungkook first arrived in Seoul, Jungkook was so introverted that Jungkook would wait until the other trainees were asleep just to take a shower, or wait until the room was empty before beginning to practice. This was the first silent ache, the crushing loneliness of a child who left his parents and his home before he truly knew who he was. The road to debut was paved with moments of profound rejection and self-doubt. While Jungkook's talent was evident, the pressure to be perfect was suffocating. Various media sources suggest that early on, Jungkook faced criticism regarding his lack of expression and emotion while performing. This was a devastating blow to a young teenager who was giving everything he had. According to fan archives and documented memories, there was a period where Jungkook almost gave up on the path of an idol altogether. Jungkook traveled to Los Angeles for dance training, and for a moment, the freedom of the dance floor felt more real than the pressure of the spotlight. Jungkook struggled with the terrifying choice of whether to return to his group or walk away into an unknown life. It was only the bond with the other members that pulled Jungkook back from the edge of leaving it all behind. As BTS began their climb, the physical and mental toll on Jungkook became almost unbearable. Being dubbed the Golden Mogne was a title of honor, but for Jungkook, it became a heavy cage. It meant Jungkook felt he had to be perfect at everything: singing, dancing, visuals, and personality. In the documentary Burn the Stage, the world saw a rare and painful glimpse of this reality. During a concert in Chile, Jungkook pushed his body so far past its limit that Jungkook collapsed backstage, gasping for air and needing medical assistance. Yet, even as his vision blurred and his legs gave out, Jungkook's only concern was getting back on stage so he wouldn't disappoint the audience. This level of self-sacrifice reveals a silent struggle, the struggle of a person who values the happiness of others far more than his own well-being. According to various media reports and verified interviews, Jungkook has often grappled with a deep sense of imposter syndrome. Even as he reached the pinnacle of global success, Jungkook admitted to feeling like he was still that small boy from Busan, wondering if he truly deserved the adoration of millions. This disconnect between global fame and internal self-worth led to periods of intense loneliness. Success did not erase his fear. It only made the world feel more demanding. There were times when Jungkook would retreat into silence, feeling the burnout of a decade-long grind. According to fan interpretations of his solo works and documented letters, Jungkook often felt like a star in a box, trapped by the very light that made him famous. What makes the world love Jungkook is not his perfection, but the moments when he shows us his humanity. Jungkook's love for his fans is not a polished PR move. It is a raw, emotional connection. Jungkook is known to spend hours during live broadcasts talking to fans as if they are his only friends, sharing his music, his food, and his quiet thoughts in the middle of the night. Various media sources have noted how Jungkook often treats the staff and those around him with a humility that is rare for someone of his stature. From bowing 90 degrees to every person he meets to helping clean up concert stages after a performance, Jungkook's actions speak of a person who has never forgotten what it feels like to be the youngest person in the room. His personality is defined by a fierce loyalty to those who raised him, his members, and a deep-seated gratitude for those who support him. Jungkook's achievements are undeniable and historic. According to verified industry data, his debut solo album Golden broke multiple international records, making Jungkook the first K-pop solo artist to spend several weeks at the top of global charts. He performed at the World Cup, a moment that solidified his status as a worldwide legend. According to various media sources, his influence is so vast that everything Jungkook touches, from the books he reads to the clothes he wears, sells out instantly. Yet, when asked about his future, Jungkook's dreams remain remarkably grounded. Jungkook has spoken about wanting to become a singer who can comfort people for a long time, someone who grows old with his voice and his truth. His goal is not more trophies, but to become a person he can finally be proud of. The journey of Jungkook is a testament to the strength it takes to remain soft in a world that is hard. It is the story of a boy who was broken by the pressure, only to heal himself with the love of his brothers and his music. When we see Jungkook today, we see a man who has finally stepped out of the shadow of his own doubt. There is a profound, silent respect that one feels when observing his growth, from the trembling teenager in the training room to the man who commands the world's biggest stages with a single glance. As we look at the path Jungkook has walked, we see more than just fame. We see the scars of a boy who grew up too fast and the light of a man who refused to let his soul be dimmed. The final image of Jungkook is not one of a distant star, but of a person standing quietly in the rain, looking at the horizon with a heart that is no longer afraid. It is a silence that speaks volumes. It is the silence of a person who has found his place in the world, not because he was given it, but because he fought through every fear to earn it. Jungkook stands as a beacon of hope, a reminder that no matter how young you start or how much you lose along the way, the return to yourself is always possible. We remain in a state of quiet admiration, watching a life that was once a whisper become a symphony that the whole world now stops to hear.